No one could have known it then, but when Daytona International Speedway opened in 1959, marked the beginning of a new era in American motorsport. As a replacement for the old beach road course a few miles to the east, the opening of the high-bank 2.5-mile Florida Tri-Oval represented the leading edge of a wave of construction of big paved speed palaces. Before Daytona, Indianapolis was the only American oval track longer than 1.25 miles, and most racing took place on dirt ovals of a mile or less in length. The very first Daytona 500, won by Lee Petty in a three-way photo finish, those high banks proved a favorable venue for wide-open stock car racing. Daytona kicked off the growth of NASCAR as we know it today. Daytona International Speedway's infrastructure has grown and changed to such a degree that it would be almost unrecognizable today to someone who hasn't seen it over the last 20 years. It's an amazing motorsports facility, but one thing hasn't changed over the past 6 decades. No driver can consider his or her career complete without notching a victory at Daytona. From Dale Earnhardt, who captured the 500 in 1998 after coming so close so many times, to 14-year-old kart racers whose racing resumes are just beginning. A victory at Daytona is a mark of distinction. Tonight we put a bow on the LSR Truck Series season and crown its champion. It's the Nueve Nueve Designs ASMR 200, and it's coming up next on HBR TV. Race details for tonight: 100 laps around this 2.5 mile super speedway. Interestingly enough, it says the ASMR 200. It's 250 miles. But either way, maybe we're going kilometers. I don't know. I'm bad with the math. But either way, 100 laps, 2.5 mile oval. That's 250 miles. So it's basically half distance for a full cup race. Should be a good one to watch. Obviously, championship implications on the line tonight. Weather-wise, 75 degrees, 91% humidity. Going to be kind of a sticky one here tonight. Partly cloudy skies. Track temperature, 77 degrees. Handling not likely to be a much of an issue this evening, but we'll see as these tires do wear. They do have 3 sets of tires over the wall to play with, one already on the truck, so really they can pit every 25 laps if need be. Even shorter, honestly. But tires, again, not necessarily super important in a place like Daytona. Maybe late in a run, if you want to gamble a little bit, be able to be more aggressive with the moves, you can certainly opt for tires later on. Let's take a look at the current points standings coming into tonight. If we can just get them to load, we'll be happy. And there we have it. Zach Millett comes in here as your current points leader. Drew Blaze is second. Brian Rose, Chris Goins, Matt Sisler. That is the balance of your top 5. Then it's Matt Daniels, Sean Roberts, Bobby Hall Jr., PJ Cox, Justin Johnson, Mike Fahey, Vincent Short, Bill Mulfeld, Kevin Grettenberger, Dan Worthington, Thomas Hall, Jesse Redding, Joe Tucker. Back down to position number 18. Really, championship's going to come down to likely our top 3 drivers. The point swing in any one race, I believe, is a 56-point change. So it looks like just the top 3 close enough. Actually, no, just the top 2. Really, Brian Rose not in a position mathematically either. He can hop over Zach Millett. No, he can't either. It's really going to come down to Millett and Drew Blaze. Yeah, I told you I'm not good at math. We're trying to get it situated here. But yeah, it's going to come down. Zach Millett, Drew Blaze, the only ones eligible for this championship mathematically. They just need to start the race and park, and it's going to be one of the 2. But they're not going to park it. They're going to run this thing out. Try to get a win here. Again, it's kind of a wild card running here at the Super Speedway. Before we get too deep into things, we got a shout out to Heart of Renee, another sponsor coming on board for tonight. Heart of Renee, if you're looking for gift ideas for any occasion, vintage and collectibles, as well as handcrafted items and much more, go check out the newest store on Etsy.com, Heart of Renee. Free shipping on all items, and use coupon code LONESTAR25 for 25% off of your order.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Daytona International Speedway for tonight's ASMR 200, presented by Nueve Designs. Qualifying underway here at the Speedway. Zach Millett out on track to start his run. Again, first lap here at these super speedways tend to be a bit of a throwaway, trying to get up top, get that momentum built up. Significantly slower lap times in qualifying compared to what you'll see in the practice session and in the race, just due to the fact that they're out here punching a giant hole in the air all by themselves. No drafting help. Certainly cuts down on the pace of the lap, but still equal playing field. Everybody's out there one at a time, trying to turn in the best lap that they can to set their starting order for tonight. With that said, I believe Drew Blaze, after his win last week at Iowa, is going to have to go to the rear. Noticed a bit of a connection issue there for a moment with Zach Millett. I know he did have a packet loss issue recently in a kind of recreational race for the No Bull Series coming up. Did end up getting booted from the session. Hopefully doesn't run into those problems tonight. First lap for Millett, second quick, 52.287. Drew Blaze of 52.55 on his first lap as he's down the back straightaway on lap number 2. Got the Tucker family in the stream chat already, watching to see hopefully get Joe Tucker with the pole. Not yet. Sits fourth quick with a 52.28. Good lap for Joe, though. Let's see where Drew Blaze clocks in. Can he take the top spot? Lap 2 for Blaze. Second quick, 52.20. Doesn't quite get there. However, that is bonus points for Drew Blaze. Outside front row, I think it's worth 5 bonus points. Ken Couch, first lap, 52.26, was third fast. Does he pick it up? Slower, 52.486. Ryan Rose finishes his lap, ninth quick. Sean Roberts, first time around, a throwaway lap, 53.11. Roberts goes P13, 52.358 on his second time around. Thomas Hall, the number 83, Flex Motorsports entry. Just begun his first timed lap. There's only 30 seconds left in the session. Hopefully, can get back around and clock in a official lap. Matt Sisler's rolling, but he's not going to get a time in. He's only maybe a quarter of the way through his first lap. 15 seconds remain. The time is going to come to an end. Thomas Hall doesn't get back to the stripe in time. Unfortunately, he will not clock in a time. Qualifying complete, just about ready to get things underway here from Daytona International. Let's take a look at our starting grid before we go to the green flag. On the pole position? Nope. That isn't right. Is it right? It is right. Chris Gones. I thought I was looking at practice times. The number 28 on the pole position with a lap time of 52.163 seconds. Lonestar Racing's Drew Blaze, championship contender, starting things off right on the front row. Just about half a tenth off that time. He starts second. Row number 2, Ken Couch in the 08 with Vincent Short. Holler Boys Racing number 15 starts fourth. Zach Millett, the other championship contender, he's going to roll from the 5th starting position. Joe Tucker, the number 13, he starts 6th. Kevin Grettenberger, the number 57, rolls from the 7th spot. Jesse Redding, the number 21 out of the Midwest, he'll start 8th. Brian Rose, another Holler Boys Racing entry, looking to help Zach Millett tonight. Teammates they are. The number 89 rolls from the 9th spot. Jarrett Woodard out of Canada, he starts in the 10th position. Good qualifying attempt for Carson Conway, the number 72, rolls from the 11th spot. PJ Cox in the 05, he's going to roll from the 12th position. 13th goes to the 66 of Sean Roberts with Shenandoah Shine. Matt Daniels in the number 5, he'll start 14th. 15th goes to Billy Martin, the number 24, Hagrid's Racing Machine. 16th goes to Chad Martin, the number 95. 17th, Chris Elliott, the number 29 out of Indiana. And Matt Sisler with ATRS Racing, he'll start in the 18th spot. Justin Johnson, the Lone Star Racing number 10, he's going to roll from the number 19 position. Alan Duranco in the 4, he starts 20th. 21st goes to Mike Fahey, the number 19, and then Bobby Hall Jr. out of Flex Motorsports, the number 94. He will start from the 22nd position. Bill Molfeld, the 911 with WJM Motorsports. He rolls 23rd. David Ballard, the number 90, is 24th. Michael White, the number 70, rolls from the 25th starting position. 26, Thomas Hall, the number 83. Matt Minnick Sr., the number 25, Team Carolina Esports. He'll start 27th. Britt Osborne starts 28th with Lone Star Racing. And last but not least, the petty number 43 out of Georgia, Jonathan Arns, starting 29th on the field. It's your starting grid here tonight, Daytona International Speedway. I've got a phantom glitch here with the overlay. We'll reload that real quick, get that to go away. Hopefully, yes it does. All right. Once again, 100 laps around Daytona International. Again, Drew Blaze, I believe, is dropping to the tail. Yes, indeed, that is the case. Win penalty from last week at Iowa. Now, I don't really know how much a penalty this truly is, just given the track that we're at currently. A lot of guys will kind of do this on their own intentionally at the beginning of the race, just kind of ride it out at the back, take care of the truck, take care of the equipment, make sure that you're around for the end of this race. They do have one fast repair, but we don't want to have to use it unless we absolutely need to. So Chris Gones is going to lead him to the field, lead him to the green flag. Vincent Short now is going to slide up to the outside position. Row 2 now becomes Ken Couch and Joe Tucker, then Zach Millett and Jesse Redding.
Green flag.
Green flag is in the air. Field down the back straightaway. Already some stragglers. Somebody slow at the tail of the field. Don't know if that is Billy Martin. It appears it is. Billy Martin already in trouble here at lap 1. Slow on the back straightaway. No caution. Looks like Bobby Hall Jr. Don't know if he missed the start, what the situation there with the 94, but he's closing in on Billy Martin quickly. Lap 1 just about in the books. They get to the stripe. Who is going to lead it? Vincent Short or Chris Goins at the stripe? Looks like Short might have had it. Lap 1 in the books. Joe Tucker giving the 15 a push down the short chute into turn number 1. Looking to the outside, wants to clear Goins for the top spot. Vincent Short not in contention for a championship, but certainly would love to take home a checkered flag to close things out this season.
Caution.
And we got trouble in the middle of 1 and 2. Cars spinning up through the track. Chris Goins involved. Joe Tucker on his roof. Ken Couch in this one as well. 3 laps in. We're under the yellow flag already. Multiple drivers involved. Didn't catch what triggered it. We were in the speed shot at the time. Let's take a look. See what happened here at lap number 3. Vince comes down and a little bit of contact made. Tries to cut it close. And then everybody's wrecking at the front of the field. Millett to the bottom. He gets by. Brian Rose gets by. Drew Blaze still in the gas. Does he avoid this? Again, he was, I believe, in that smaller pack at the tail end of the field. You saw there was some separation there. He gets woed up. Do guys stay off of him? Thankfully, yes. So both championship contenders, more of the top 3 really all get through this okay. But Millett now to the point with teammate Brian Rose in second and another teammate Carson Conway third. Tristan Sykes. It's my birthday and this is my race. There's no way Fahey was surviving this. Well, he's still got a fast repair. Hi, Cody. All right, so again, first caution, 3 laps in, was a battle for the lead that essentially kicked this one off. We'll take a look at it once again between Vincent Short and Chris Goins. Vince kind of held his spot there for a moment, was starting to come down, and contact was made. No net code there. And when you get a spin at the front of the field, well, that's the end result. Everybody behind you, again, early on in the race. A lot of drivers going to be burning a fast repair early here at Daytona. Joe Tucker is going to head down pit lane. He was involved in that as well. Just almost got away with not being a member of that wreck, but clipped the left rear and then damaged the right side of the number 13. We'll see if he takes the fast repair. I imagine he's going to. Joe Tucker not using the fast repair. Going to sit there and try and fix it the old-fashioned way. There's some credence to doing that this early on, only 5 laps into this race. It's going to be at the tail of the field anyway. Got a lot of drivers in the pit lane. Drew Blaze in the pits, though. He's going to take right sides. Don't know if that's intentional, only 5 laps in. Only leaves him with 2 sets to play with the rest of the race. Looks like everybody from 8th on back opted to pit. Again, many of those drivers involved in the incident itself, trying to get some damage repaired, but Drew Blaze made it through that one clean. Not sure why he decided to take tires. 3 laps under the green flag, not even 2.5 to speak of. Drivers already starting to try and save fuel. Again, this race with no cautions based on the fuel load and the fuel window. Roughly 33 laps, kind of to the average, would put these drivers running out on the final lap of the race if it went green to the end. Luckily, with this caution, it's not going to be the case. It's going to extend everybody's fuel economy. Pit stops likely going to be lap 40, 45, I would assume, and then if we stay green, 2-stop race at this point for most drivers, at least those that didn't need to pit during this caution for repairs. So with that, that's only the top 7 that remain on the racetrack. Do not hit pit lane. No damage to speak of for those drivers. Pace car lights are off. We're going back to the green flag here this time by. Field formed up 2 by 2. Pace car is off. Millet, Kevin Grettenberg are going to bring the field to the green flag. We're back underway from Daytona. Field very separated apart, very straggled out here at the tail end of the field. I don't know if guys were still working on repairs, just didn't get caught back up to the tail end of the field. That's going to leave this pack awfully strung out. Top 3, Zach Millett, Brian Rose, Thomas Hall. And hopefully everybody's starting to settle down, but as soon as I say that, Sean Roberts looking to the high side. He's got a pusher in behind. Hard to say, there's no number on that truck. I think that's Bobby Hall Jr. Bobby Hall Jr., Mike Fahey, all 3 in a line on the high side. Britt Osborne coming up to the back of the 19 as well, helping that train move along, but the bottom still seems to have the advantage. Right now it's Brian Rose and Zach Millett paired up at the 83. Thomas Hall behind Brian Rose, not really tucked up. Oh, almost some contact. Bobby Hall Jr. just barely slides in behind Brian Rose. It's going to kill the momentum for the 66, but he's going to slide back to Mike Fahey. That line is getting more organized on the outside as well. Top four in front on the bottom, off turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Bobby Hall Jr. looking to the outside on Brian Rose. Thought about going to the high side. Has a teammate in Thomas Hall, the Flex Motorsports entry. These guys come from that same area of the iRacing world. Again, these guys here are looking for a checkered flag, not worried at all about a championship. Zach Millett at the front of the field, though, doing all he's supposed to do to try and do just that, win a championship. He has led a lap, was not able to start at the front of the field as far as that front row is concerned. Gives a couple of points advantage to Drew Blaze in doing so. Speaking of Drew Blaze, Drew running in the 7th position and slowly but surely working his way towards the front. Doesn't want to be mired back in the minutia of the mid-pack disaster that could happen. You never know. We've already seen some early race issues with some of these drivers making some contact, though that was at the front of the field. So maybe out in P1, not always the safest place to be. You can be caught up in a mess out front or at the back or in the middle. It doesn't seem to matter here at the Super Speedway. But either way, Drew Blaze in front of Mike Fahey, starting to work his way towards the front. He's up to P5 by a nose at the stripe. Big run out of the 1 through the tri-oval. He's up to 4th. Nobody out in front of Drew Blaze, and he's got a good pusher in Mike Fahey in behind. You've got the 90 of Ballard behind the 19. There's about a truck length between those two. If they all get formed up single file, they can really make a push to go by the leaders and take over that top spot for Drew Blaze. As it is, down the back straightaway, Blaze up to P2. Battle for the championship, battle for the lead down the back stretch into turn 3. Right on board with Zach Millett, looking to the right side. Drew Blaze is there with help from Mike Fahey. David Ballard in behind the 19. If they can get together and get organized, they might be able to make a push. But they're not having the run out of the corner that they need. Brian Rose giving teammate Zach Millett a big push down the back straightaway, but here comes a bigger one. Drew Blaze going to inch out in front as they enter turn number 3. Again, the tire advantage does go to Drew Blaze here, though not significant early on, and all it really does is allow you to make a little bit more aggressive moves within the draft. Still side by side at the front of the field, Zach Millett and Drew Blaze. The second row, it's Brian Rose and Mike Fahey. Then it's Bobby Hall Jr., David Ballard, then Thomas Hall. I believe the 70 of Michael White on the outside lane. Kevin Grettenberger, the 57, he is down to the bottom lane. Battle just will not go away at the front of the field, but Drew Blaze gets a good run on the high side, can drop down in front of Zach Millett right now if he wants to do it. Blaze stays up top with help from Mike Fahey. Lonestar Racing, they're all a team here. Doesn't want to abandon his drafting partner, at least at this point in the race. It's early on. You can't win it just yet. Flying in formation through the tri-oval. 15 laps go up on the board. Millett and Blaze have been battling back and forth for that top spot, nose at a time. Seemed to be the quickest through turns 1 and 2. Brian Rose able to push Millett through the corner and give him a little edge on corner exit, but once again, that line on the high side, Blaze, Fahey, Ballard, pushes the one truck to the front into turn number 3. Seesaw battling here at the front of the field. Slow truck up top. I believe that's Matt Daniels in the 5. Stays on the high side. Lead pack gets by the lap truck without a problem. Once again, we see that outside lane have the better run out of 2. Big bump from David Ballard, has to check up as to not run over the 19. That's not going to help those 2 at the front of the field. It allows 315 to get back to the bottom. Bump coming from Fahey again to Drew Blaze off turn number 4. That's risky business. Everybody getting stacked up in that outside lane. Don't know if the 1 checked up, but it was an accordion effect all the way on back. Ballard's going to lose a couple of truck lengths here. The 70 loses some time as well. And the 70 truck, Micah White, closing back up as David Ballard's going to get a good run into turn 3. Don't know what he's going to do with it. He might have to check up. Looks like he does just that. Drew Blaze with the nose out in front now. Pretty big advantage. Same thing. He can make a decision, stay up top or come down. Made the decision to stay with the 19. Very calculating driver is Drew Blaze. I would not be surprised to see this type of racing continue all the way to the last 5 laps, maybe even less. You might not see him drop down and make that move to the bottom until the final lap of the race, if it presents itself. You got to be the last one to make your final move of the race. If you do that, chances are you'll end up in victory lane. We got another lap truck coming up ahead. That looks like Billy Martin. It is the 24 in the racing lane here. We got another truck up high. That looks like Carson Conway. Oh, they're going to squeeze in contact with Zach Millett. Fahey makes contact with the 315, and we've got a wreck. Caution on the Speedway. Big trouble. That is absolutely going to be a fast repair for the 315. Drew Blaze gets through it clean. Brian Rose gets caught in this as well. It's still under power. Well, let's go to the replay, see exactly what happened. We were trying to... Oh, Fahey just comes down to avoid the slow truck. Hits Millett. Carson was staying up high. You got the slow truck and Billy Martin as well in the mix, catching 2 lap trucks off the pace just due to the fact there's no draft for the 2 of them. They really should have communicated better, kind of maybe go single file so the field can go by rather than trying to negotiate both trucks at the same time. Let's look at this one again. Rewind it a little bit further. So Fahey, the number 19, just comes down and clips Zach Millett. I don't know if it was just a surprise he's there, an overreaction for the 19, but definitely contact made. There was still some space to get on by. And then you see Millett making contact with Brian Rose as well. Michael White is in this. Justin Johnson might have got a piece. Kevin Grettenberger maybe a little bit. Sean Roberts, Britt Osborne, Jarrett Woodard. Once again, we've had two pretty big wrecks already in this event. We're not even quarter distance. So Zach Millett with some damage on that 315, that S4 guy, Silverado. I cannot imagine him not taking a fast repair here. That truck is not going straight. It's dog tracking. He's definitely got a bent rear end housing. Nose is damaged. He's trying to keep that truck straight down pit lane. How he's nursed it back is impressive enough. Definitely going to burn his one and only fast repair here at Daytona. There it is. Now, he's got to run the rest of this race with no safety net. While Drew Blaze also in the pit lane. We'll see if he takes tires this time or not. Does not appear to be. 10.3 seconds. I don't know if that was fuel only or right sides, but nonetheless, definitely not 4. So with that, we're going to step aside, get a break out of the way, and we'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Daytona International. If you're looking for gift ideas for any occasion, vintage and collectibles, as well as handcrafted items and much more, go check out the newest store on Etsy.com, Heart of Renee. Free shipping on all items. Use coupon code LONESTAR25 for 25% off your entire order. Working our second caution of the evening already. Two big incidents that have championship implications right now. Millett, though, has been able to get back up into that top 5 after using that fast repair. He's going to have to be careful the rest of the way. Was contact with, Mike Fahey and Zach Millett just off the tri-oval as they approached 2 lap trucks, Billy Martin and Carson Conway, and the melee ensued. Pace car is off.
Green flag.
Back under the green flag here at Daytona. Chad Martin gets a big jump on the restart, but this is going to hurt him. They're going to chew him up with the draft in through turns 1 and 2. Blaze goes to the bottom. Millett goes to the top. Blaze is trying to make a decision. Top, bottom, top, bottom. Wasn't sure where he was going to land. Millett's going to side draft Chad Martin off turn number 2 and put the nose of hit Silverado back out in front. Right after that, slides in front of Chad Martin. Now he's going to the top. Top to bottom, bottom to top. Bottom to top, I stop. Pulling the Pied Piper move from Dale Jr. from back in the day, but no, not able to keep Drew Blaze at bay. Drew is on the bottom. Now to the lead through turns 3 and 4. Millett to the outside lane. He's got the 911 of Bill Mulfeld in behind. Chad Martin slides up, almost contact with Millett. Millett's got to be careful. He looks awfully aggressive early on in this, since this restart. Now side by side with Drew Blaze. He does not need to win this race. He just needs to stay close to Drew Blaze. Man, that restart's got me out of breath. Chad Martin having some struggles staying in lane. Slides up a bit, almost contact now with the 66 of Sean Roberts. In fact, Chad's going to drop out of the line here. He's going to go to the bottom. Willingly go to the back. Oh, he's going to go through the grass. Keeps it on the apron. Back out front, it is Millett, Blaze, and Britt Osborne. The three trucks on the bottom to the inside. Up top, it's Mulfeld, Roberts, and Thomas Hall. 76 laps remain. I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep this up. Real quick in the stream chat. Zach the Hack. I don't know if he's cheering on Zach or not. I think he is. Oh, trouble! Bill Mulfeld down into Britt Osborne. Truck spinning off at turn number 2. Everybody seems to have gathered it up. No caution. Mulfeld, a little bit of left side damage, I believe. Got to find Britt Osborne out there and see where he landed. Hopefully it wasn't the infield. Slow going is Britt Osborne. The 421 machine still on the back straightaway. Right side damage matching up with the 911 from Bill Mulfeld, I would assume. Let's take a look at it, see what happened. We're still under the green flag. Mulfeld up top in that gray machine. Sean Roberts in behind. Maybe some contact between these two. Yes, indeed. Ill-timed push just caught him exiting the corner. The truck gets a little light there. Osborne's going to get sent down through what used to be grass here at Daytona. Locks up the brakes and the tires. Going to certainly have to get some new, fresh Goodyears underneath that truck, but does a good job keeping it out of the inside wall. But certainly track position lost and a little bit of right side damage for Britt Osborne. Neil Quick says, I'm scared watching this, causing some PTSD. Yeah, it's been aggressive very early on here with 75, going to be 74 laps to go at the stripe. We had a big one on lap 3, another big one, I think it was lap 19. Just about everybody out there, except, oh, contact! Drew Blaze gets into, I think it was Sean Roberts, slides up the racetrack into Jonathan Arnn.
Make sure you're getting yourself something to drink there, buddy.
And now the other championship contender is going to burn a fast repair here at Daytona. We were just talking about how just about everybody here has had to use a fast repair so far, and we're not even half distance. Big time damage for Drew Blaze there. I was about to say the words, Drew Blaze hasn't had to use one yet. And as I think it, Sean Roberts involved in, I think it was Sean Roberts, maybe it was Chris Goins. Well, go back and take a look at it. A little late in it. Let's back it up. Neil says, fill it with water and let's go fishing. I like the fishing part. We should do that. All right, so here at the front of the field, tough to see exactly how this initiated. It almost looks like it could be some net code, but we'll have to see some other angles before we really determine that. In fact, I'm going to back it up again. I want to jump on Thomas Hall's truck because he was the chasing, the number 83. Let's see if we can find Thomas. Roof cam for Thomas Hall. We'll slow it down here. Go back a little bit further. All right, so this is exiting the tri-oval. Roberts to the inside of Drew Blaze. Blaze has another truck. I think it's Bobby Hall Jr. up top. Roberts comes up a little bit. Starts inching up. I'm not really sure why. Maybe he was checking his phone. I don't know, but contact made with Drew Blaze. Blaze gets spun, corrects in front of the field. He's going to slide up in front. Does he clip Grettenberger? No, Kevin gets by. But Jonathan Arnn and Carson Conway involved in this one for sure. PJ Cox, he's going to come and get a piece of this, or is he? Got on the binders just enough to stay out of it. Maybe scrapes the right side on the safer barrier. But yeah, tough break for Drew Blaze. But it does put our championship contenders back on equal footing. Both drivers having to use a fast repair early on. Drew Blaze cannot be happy. Thought he was in good position with Millett having to burn that fast repair early. Had one to save. Now, well, it's not the case. Again, Daytona tends to be the wild card. Talladega as well, but here we are closing out the season at the Super Speedway. Anything can and will happen. So through that, current leader Zach Millett, then it's Thomas Hall, David Ballard, Vincent Short, the 70 of Micah White, then it's Mike Fahey, Kevin Grettenberger, Alan Duranko, PJ Cox, Bobby Hall Jr., the top 10. Whew, we're not even halfway and I'm out of breath.
The great thing about youth sports, they give young people an opportunity to participate in something that is going to broaden them as people.
I think it's very amazing that Garza Law Firm has made a commitment to help the youth kids with playing different sports.
Guys like Marcos Garza that put their time into being able to help these kids live out a dream. It's made me who I am today.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Real quick in the stream chat again, don't want to be Roberts with Blaze a-comin'. Yeah, I don't know if Blaze... I don't know. Yes, the tendency is to want to get back at the guy for causing that, taking that fast repair away, but the same token, you don't have a fast repair left yourself. Now is not the time for settling scores. You got to keep going, get your butt to the front, try to win this thing. Again, points coming into tonight. Millett was top of the board at 672. Drew Blaze 10 points in the rears. Did start on the front row, so there's an extra 5 bonus points for Drew Blaze, but Millett started 5th, so there's some points there as well, so that kind of, it doesn't even out, but there's a few points still to Drew. Both drivers have led laps. Millett's just got to run this thing and stay close to Blaze, but Blaze has to go out and try to win this thing. Official iRacing pace car lights are off, which means one thing. We're going back to the green flag this time by. Field should be getting formed up 2 by 2, but from about 10th on back, everyone's pretty well separated. Chris Goins trying to get into position as well. This guy's got to get tightened up. Really ugly looking restart getting ready to happen here. Ken Couch not in the right position. You got Jesse Redding passing guys on the bottom. If I'm an admin, I'd wave this one off, but looks like we're going to go to green. They're getting caught back up. I think we'll be okay. Pace car lights off, getting ready to pull off the banking. It does so, heads down to pit road, and wait for Barney to throw the flag.
Green flag.
– 70 laps to go from Daytona. Thomas Hall to the outside. He's got the nose out in front. He's going to lead this lap. Millett still second. Can't slide down in front of the 315 yet. Fahey tucking back in behind the 83. He's back into the picture. Another Flex Motorsports entry. In fact, 2 of them. You got 4 Alan Duranko and then Bobby Hall Jr., the no number, just behind the 4. Vincent Short working his way back towards the front. Teammate with Zach Millett as well. He's got David Ballard, kind of the meat in the sandwich between those two. Get Ballard out of the way as Thomas Hall clears the 315 into turn number 3. New leader, Thomas Hall, the 83. Ballard slides up the track a little bit on entry. Now Millett's going to go to the high side. Is he going to have Fahey go with him? A little bit of a block, not so much. Thomas Hall now to the bottom. Millett up top with some help from an unlikely candidate. That's Mike Fahey. Remember, they made contact, I think it was early lap 19. Fahey trying to get out of the way of the lap Carson Conway. Turned down into the 315, and the melee was on. As it sits right now, Drew Blaze running in the 17th position, still on the lead lap. Millett out in front as the leader. I gotta wonder if there's just two different strategies at play here. I know Blaze has to go out and try and win this race. Millett really just needs to stay within shouting distance of the one truck. Seems that up front right now seems to be the most dangerous place to be. We've seen most of our incidents occur out at the front of this field. Millett at the stripe. He's going to have the lead. Ballard all over the racetrack on the bottom. Caught the inside, caught the apron just a bit. Upset the balance of that truck. He continues on, but loses a little bit of ground to the 83. Tell you, Thomas Hall, though, doing a good job with the run out of the corner without a whole lot of help behind him. Still, the battle continues out in front. Zach Millett up top, then Mike Fahey, then Alan Duranco on the bottom. It's Thomas Hall, David Ballard, and Vincent Short. Good run through 3 and 4 for the low lane. David Ballard still a little upset in corner entry. Keeps putting the left side of that truck on or below that yellow line. That's very dangerous. You don't want to have that happen. Get the rear end a little unhappy. Overcorrect it and head up the racetrack. You've got a whole pack of trucks behind you. They're going to pile drive into you if that happens. Keep an eye as he goes into turn 3 here once again. Does he get too far to the bottom? Nope, stays up a lane. Again, Millett not needing to push the issue here. Again, he wants to win this race, of course, but Thomas Hall continues to lead, at least for now, but now Millett back to the top. He's going to lead at the stripe. David Ballard very loose through the trial. I don't know if he's just working on the oldest set of tires in the field or what have you. There is certainly some damage on that 90 truck still. Don't know if it's affecting the aerodynamic balance on that machine. Does not seem to be happy in traffic. Blaze back in now the 14th position, slowly but surely trying to work his way back to the front of this field. He's got Justin Johnson in the 10 truck just behind him. Now Johnson, he is out there. He is not a lead lap truck presently. He is out there just helping teammate draft towards the front. Matt Sisler dropping to the apron to slow things down. Don't know if he's just going to drop to the tail. Justin Johnson 2 laps down in the 23rd spot. Still going to try and finish all these laps out. Still fun to go out here and draft. And again, he does have a teammate certainly trying to get out towards the front of this field. Ken Couch included. Justin's rocking a new paint scheme here. It's still Garza Law, but I think it might be fresh colors on that Toyota Tundra. Drew Blaze now in P13. Remember, Drew started the outside front row tonight. just missed the pole by about 0.5 of a second. Chris Goins with that honor. Chris Goins, though, running in the 15th spot. Back out front, Zach Millett still with the lead. Things getting a little dicey as it Mike Fahey got into the wall just a little bit, stays in the throttle, continues on. Teammate Zach Millett and Vince Short now teamed up on the high side, drafting partners here. Seems as this race has continued on the high side, as long as it's organized, does seem to be just a tick faster than the bottom. Now, as soon as I say that, the low lane comes alive. A little bit of help coming. Thomas Hall making the charge back to the front. David Ballard in behind, but again, Ballard still looks uneasy in traffic as he gets the left sides below the yellow line again. Millett, Short, and Fahey, the top three on the outside lane. Then it's Thomas Hall, David Ballard, and Kevin Grettenberger down low. Millett still hangs on to the top spot. Out in front on the high side, teammate Vincent Short in behind, Mike Fahey behind the 15. Then it's Alan Duranco and Bobby Hall Jr., the fifth car in that high side. Then we've got the 70 of Micah White, and then Matt Daniels finishing out that freight train on the high side. Then down low, it's Thomas Hall, David Ballard, Kevin Grettenberger, the 05 PJ Cox loose off the nose. Looks like Chris Goins might have gotten into him there. Maybe it was not Chris Goins. Sean Roberts, number 66. New leader out in front, Mike Fahey down into turn number 3. The number 19 truck goes to the point on the bottom. Not content riding behind the 15, and 315 changes lanes, tucks down in front of Thomas Hall and David Ballard. Once again, David Ballard uneasy through the triangle, keeps getting that left side down below the yellow line. Bert Osborne slow down on the apron. Millett noses out in front into turns 3 and 4. Again, it's a seesaw battle back and forth. At the stripe, Fahey's going to lead that one. Again, we've seen this back and forth. Who can get organized best? Who can get the better run? Right now, it's 5 trucks on the high side and the rest of them on the bottom. That low lane can just get tightened up nose to tail, 5, 6, 7, 8 trucks back, they will absolutely have more speed, but it seemed like really both lanes have been able to get organized enough to make that really freight train happen. Off turn 4, Zach Millett out in front still. Vincent Short, Mike Fahey, Thomas Hall, Alan Duranko, the top 5, at least for now. Another slow truck down on the bottom. I think it might be the 25 machine. That's Matt Minnick. Brian Rose near the back of the pack. Again, remember, Brian had to use a fast repair as well, involved in the same incident. Zach Millett had to burn his fast repair. Seems Brian has taken a new strategy here. Right around the back, take care of the truck until the end of this thing. Sits just in front of Matt Sisler. However, Brian Rose, he is 2 laps down. Battle continues out front, though. Again, back and forth. It's the high side, then it's the low side, then it's back to the high side. No rhyme or reason. Matt Daniels, though, making a move to the inside, or the middle for that matter. Going to be 3 wide. Nope, thinks better of it. Kevin Grettenberger and Micah White. Now Sean Roberts to the outside of the 5. We are 3 wide. Pinches the 94 to the bottom. They get away with it. David Ballard drops below the yellow line. Three wide battle here. This would be for about the 8th position. Off turn number 2. This battle still not cooling down. One truck, Kevin Grettenberger, drops to the inside. Takes the apron. He's going to back out of line here, or is he? Yes, he is. Doesn't like the pressure in the hornet's nest that's starting to happen here near the front of the field. Daniels, though, able to run up the middle, get a couple of spots out of this. He's not quitting. Alan Duranko to the outside. Now Daniels in the middle, Ballard to the bottom. They get to the tri-oval. Let's see how this pays off. Daniels going to tuck in behind Short now as Duranko slides back. He's going to tuck in behind Roberts. Millett still out in front with drafting help from Vincent Short. Now on the bottom, it's Mike Fahey, Thomas Hall, David Ballard, and Micah White. Daniels loses some ground. Don't know if he got a piece of the wall there. On corner exit, off the pace is Daniels. Now, interestingly, Daniels is 23rd. He is not a lead lap truck. Now he's off the pace. I don't know if he's just coming to pit lane or what's going on here with the 5. Daniels way off the pace. 70 mile an hour for that Mountain Dew Toyota Tundra. I don't know if he ran out of gas. Matt Daniels out of fuel. Matt Daniels, the number 5 Mountain Dew machine, was up there challenging, though not on the lead lap, but now he's out of fuel. Curious to see what his strategy was. We'll have to keep an eye on the leaders and see what they do as far as their pit strategy is concerned. You've got Fahey on the bottom, so he's in a position where if he needed to hit pit lane, no problem. But that outside lane, there's 6 trucks there. They're going to have to find a way to come down. They're going to get their pit service here. Millett might need to leave the 15 hanging depending on when that next stop is. And their last pit stop at lap 20. So about 50 to 55 in that range. Expect to see the leaders hit pit lane. Oh, trouble. Mike Fahey through the infield grass. Tries to gather it up. Does he keep it off the wall? He does. Great driving by the driver, the number 19, to save it, at least to keep it out of the fence. Going a little off-road. Little landscaping for the 19. It continues on, no caution. Let's take a look at it again, see what happened with Fahey. Ill-timed push, went to the high side and got crossed up in front of Thomas Hall. Thomas gets off the back bumper, but not in time to prevent Fahey from going down through the grass. Again, a great job straightening that truck out to avoid hitting the wall. I don't think he's got a fast repair remaining. Back out front, you see it. Millett and Short now have changed up lanes. They're down in the bottom. Again, pit stops likely coming for the leaders here pretty soon. Bobby Hall Jr. side drafting his way up front. Gets to the outside of Vincent Short off turn number 4. He's got a run on the leader, Millett, as well. Big push coming from the 15 at the stripe. If that was a photo finish, Millett did lead that lap. Two HBR machines on the bottom, two Flex Motorsports machines up top. Lap 52, again, pit stops likely coming very soon. Strategic move by these leaders to get to the bottom. In the outside, Bobby Hall Jr. and Thomas Hall. Well, Bobby Hall pit lap 28. Thomas Hall, same strategy as the other two. They pit lap 20. Oh, we got cars in the fence. Zach Millett involved. Zach Millett, the leader in the championship contender, involved in this one. He's already burned the fast repair. My, oh my, oh my. What just happened? We're just past halfway. Pit stops were getting ready to happen. I wonder if somebody didn't get the message that pit stops were about to get underway. Let's take a look at it. Gonna rewind it a little further here. Looks like Millett might have gotten to the back of Bobby Hall Jr. here a little too hard. Turns the 94. Gets him on the apron and then just cuts across. There's nothing you can do at that point. You're just a passenger. Takes out teammate Thomas Hall. Millett gets a piece of this as well. Ken Couch. Alan Duranko, Kevin Grettenberger's in it. Big time wreck for the 83. And Drew Blaze, you see him there on the bottom. He gets through it. So once again, drama here at Daytona International Speedway. Zach Millett with a lot of repairs to be had. Meanwhile, Vincent Short is your new leader as they come down pit lane. So Millett is down a lap at least at this point. We're going to try and get a word with Millett here while we're under caution. I'm sure he's not going to be pleased, but we need to get an idea of exactly what happened. Zach Millett, it's Steve in the broadcast booth. You got us?
Hey, Steve.
Zach, what happened out there? It seemed like maybe a push gone wrong, and then the 94 went around. What did it look like from inside the cockpit of that machine, and are you going to be able to get this thing fixed?
Man, I don't know. I don't have a clue. He came down in front of us, which was totally fine. We were going to come up on our pit stops here in another lap anyway. But he just, I don't know if he let off, stabbed the brake or what. He just stopped right in front of us. Oh. And I'm really trying to figure it out right now, but I don't know. It's pretty insane. Well,
previous to this incident, we did see a couple guys actually running out of fuel on track. So maybe an issue where that throttle or that engine burped for the 94. How much damage do you have?
It could be that. I've got another 2.5 minutes worth until we can get the required out of the way, but you know how it is even with that. I mean, you run the threat of blowing up you know.
All right, Zach. Well, thanks for talking to us, man, and hopefully you can get this thing worked out the rest of the way. Good luck to finish it out.
Thanks, man.
It's Brian Rose, definitely not happy with the events unfolding here at the Speedway. Again, not exactly sure. He thinks that Bobby Hall Jr. slowed up significantly. Again, maybe a fuel pickup issue. We saw it with Matt Daniels early on. A lap or two prior, he ran out of fuel. Had to nurse it back to pit lane. Don't know if that's the case here with Bobby Hall Jr., but nonetheless, damage done. So meanwhile, Vincent Short's going to retake the top spot here. He will restart as the leader as we get ready to go back to the green flag. Drew Blaze now is up into the 5th position. Again, no fast repair remaining for the 1 as well. But now you see Zach Millett. He had no fast repair. He's in there trying to fix his truck the old-fashioned way. He's going to have to try and get out there and run with these guys. Just if something happens with the 1, he's got to be in contention. He's got to get every position that he can. But it's going to be a hard row to hoe from here on out with about 45 and a half laps remaining. Field pretty well strung out still into turn 3. We're going green this time by. You got to get these guys caught up.
All right, holding the 1 to go.
They're going to go one more time around. Field not quite grouped up the way the officials need them to be. So we're going to try it again here. It'll be lap 57 when we go back to the green flag. Vincent Short's going to lead them down. To his outside, it's Sean Roberts, then Michael White. Alan Duranco in the 4. Then 5th is Drew Blaze, Kevin Grettenberger 6th, Joe Tucker, Jesse Redding 7th and 8th, Matt Sisler, Chris Elliott 9th and 10th. Kevin Blue says, looks like I missed a good time. It's been absolute chaos, Kevin. It's been a tough one to call just because it's been so damn exciting, and we are just past halfway. We've got some time left, but yeah, it's been a good one. So stick around, watch it. I'm sure it's only going to get better. Pace car is off, waiting for the green flag.
Green flag.
And Vincent Short in the throttle. A little bit too early. Not too early by the rules, but he's going to get chewed up here. We saw this early on with, I think it was Chad Martin, got too far out in front. And then the draft kind of ate him alive as it got down into turn number 1. But Micah White, he doesn't have a whole lot of help. Sean Roberts goes to the bottom. Drew Blaze there to the bottom. Alan Duranco up top. This actually is going to work out for Vincent Short here. No one really got a big run on him. Michael White takes a move to the outside in front of Alan Duranco. Going to maybe use him for the push. Sean Roberts now behind Vincent Short. Sisler drops down in front of Drew Blaze. Sisler now up into P7. Remember, he was further back at the tail of the field early on in this event, just kind of saving his stuff. I don't remember Sisler being involved in any incidents so far tonight, so he may still have a fast repair if need be. Short still with the lead down the back straightaway. It's Short, Roberts, now Chris Goins on the bottom. Up top, it's White and Duranko all by their lonesome. Not enough drafting assistance on the high side right now to do anything with the top spots. No one seemingly want to go there, but Matt Daniels thinking about it. He's all by himself. Don't know if he's going to pull enough draft to get up there, but once he does, 3 trucks could certainly do something with these guys if they get formed up tight enough. Here's Sisler way out of the throttle quite a bit throughout that lap. Possibly still saving fuel. They're going to have to make at least one more stop before this one is over with 40.5 laps to go. Millett, you see, back out on track, though, significantly off the pace. Millett running 135 mile an hour into turn 3 right now. Don't know if he's just testing the waters here, but he made a good point in the interview. If he goes out too soon, doesn't get this truck fixed to satisfaction, he runs the risk of the thing blowing up, having a mechanical failure, and he still doesn't finish this race. He's got to be out there to finish this thing again. All he needed to do was just stay close to Drew Blaze. And if he's that far off the pace here, that he's just running the apron all the way around, this is not going to last for long. He really does need to get back down there and get some repairs made. I'd give it a couple more laps before this thing expires. Meanwhile, Drew Blaze has slipped back to the 11th position. Remember, he was battling up there in the top 5, but wisely is seemingly backed off. Again, he doesn't have a fast repair either, but he's still running and good. What he cannot afford is a massive incident. Really, all he needs to do at this point is finish this thing on the lead lap. I think he'd be okay. So Blaze running in the 11th spot. Zach Millett presently the 24th position. Brian Rose running just to the outside of Drew Blaze. Brian is the first truck 1 lap down presently. Another caution, he could be back into this, but I think Brian is without a fast repair as well from an earlier incident. Joe Tucker in the mix there, running in the 7th position, damage and all. Things at the front of the field getting a little dicey as well, though. Vincent Short still out in front. Sean Roberts tucked in behind. Sean's been involved in a couple of incidents with contact tonight. Still has battled back up into the top 3. It's Short, Roberts, Goins on the inside. And then it's Michael White, Alan Duranko, Matt Daniels on the outside. Again, Matt Daniels not a lead lap truck. Daniels in that number 5 Mountain Dew Toyota running in the 18th position. David Ballard slow on the bottom. Short sliding up just a bit out of that lane, trying to dump some dirty air on the outside truck. That's Micah White in the 70. Now Micah's trying to do the same to dump some of that dirty air on the rear spoiler of the 15. It didn't work that time. Too much help, it looks like, from Sean Roberts. His Short does power out to the front just a bit. Goins unable to keep to the draft of the 66. He's 2 truck lengths behind Sean Roberts. As these two start to get out, Roberts goes to the outside. Jonathan Arn there on the bottom. I don't know if he was just trying to get back on the racetrack. Didn't go with the blend line. He may get a penalty for that, depending on how far up the racetrack he went. But it certainly caused the leaders to get a little nervous. Everybody got through okay, but Chris Goins is going to lose a position or 2 out of this. Again, your top 5: Short, Roberts, White, Duranko, Goins. The 5 truck outside there, it's Matt Daniels, not a lead lap machine. He is 2 laps down in the 17th spot. Drew Blaze in the 11th position. Again, just being conservative out there, riding with Justin Johnson. Johnson about truck length behind the 1, maybe truck length and a half. Just keeping his distance. Ooh, somebody's in trouble. We got a wreck.
Caution, caution. Save us a little here. Nice and smooth.
Jesse
Cool your
Renning,
tires off,
Michael
get your fans
White,
up.
and others. Looks like Drew Blaze was in the thick of it, did not have any issues. Let's try and get a look at it. It's already underway here. Let's rewind it. Don't know what initiated this incident. So let's see. Vincent Short was leading. Sean Roberts, Micah White. Let's hit play here and see what happens. Sean Roberts was awfully close to Short there. Checks up just a hair, it seems. That or gave Vince the boost, but slides up, or does Micah White come down? Either way, contact made with the 66. Sends him up the racetrack. Looks like Micah had it saved almost. Barely gets by. White slides down. Looks like he's going to catch Chris Goins. Yes, he is. Kevin Grettenberger is going to get a piece. It's going to send the 70 up the track. Just barely misses the 13 again. 29 truck is in this. Looks like Bobby Hall Jr. might get a piece. Bill Mulfeld as well. Vincent Short from the lead into pit lane here. This should be enough to get him to the finish. Fuel only for the 15 truck. He's down and away. Alan Duranko is done with his service. Chris Goins just coming to a stop in his pit, as is Drew Blaze. Goins getting some repairs and tires. So no fast repair for the 28 either. He's going to have some time on pit lane to fix this one. Well, with that, we're going to step aside here, get another break out of the way while we can. We'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway to Lonestar Racing Truck Series season finale. If you're looking for gift ideas for any occasion, vintage and collectibles, as well as handcrafted items and much more, go check out our newest store on Etsy.com. Heart of Renee, free shipping on all items. Use the coupon code LONESTAR25 for 25% off your entire order. Field on the one to go, currently working the back straightaway. And this field has gotten smaller and smaller. We've had a bunch of incidents. Aggression level is up. A lot of guys trying to get their first win of the season. We've only had 4 different winners this season. Matt Daniels, Drew Blaze, Brian Rose, and Zach Millett. Vincent Short, maybe. He does excel on the super speedways. Currently leading this race. Alan Duranco, possibly. Sean Roberts, possibly. Joe Tucker. All these guys trying to notch their first win of the season, but Drew Blaze is right there too. He's trying to notch a championship here tonight at Daytona. Maybe he could do it with a win. Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't try. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't have anything to lose at this point with Zach Millett having his issues. Again, Millett still in pit lane trying to get the repairs made to that 315 Silverado.
Ready, green flag.
While Vincent Short takes the green flag, we're back underway from Daytona. Slow truck, Jonathan Arnn up top. Driver's trying to get on by as Arnn does not have the help of the draft just yet. He will pick up the pace here as he catches that dirty air behind this pack. Meanwhile, Brian Rose back on the lead lap, currently runs in the 9th position. You saw him going by the 43 there just a moment. In behind Chad Martin right now. Rose luckily has the draft, though. He's going to have to hustle to get back up to this pack here with 30 laps to go. Short out in front. Single car draft all the way down the back straightaway. Single truck draft, that is. Short and Roberts together like peas and carrots. Off turn number 4, Duranco's closing in. Drew Blaze about 5-6 truck lengths behind this 3-truck pack at the front of the field. Again, still trying to play it safe. Millett is not out of this, though the likelihood of him getting back into this not significant. Still trying to get that truck fixed enough to get back out there and turn some laps. But as it is right now, every lap that goes by decreases his odds of being able to be part of this championship picture as this race continues on. Blaze runs in the 4th spot, so he may just be a shoo-in for this championship. But now the question is, does he really push to win this race? It's hard to try and slow yourself down and not have that mindset. So, well, it's a race. I got to go out. I got to win it. You know, it pays the most points. No matter what the situation is, you got to win. So there's a lot of guys out there like that. I don't know if Drew Blaze is one of them. He's pretty calculating. He's very smart behind the wheel. As you see Millett back on the track here trying it again, still not up to pace. Right on board with Vincent Short looking rearward. 66 is Sean Roberts tucked right under the tailgate. That Track Bar Media Chevrolet as they work into turn number 3. Now from the onboard with Sean Roberts. Short still with the lead off turn number 4. That pack of 3 has now turned into a pack of 10, if not more. Top 9, the only lead lap trucks currently. It's Short, Roberts, Duranko, Blaze, PJ Cox in 5th. Joe Tucker runs 6th. Matt Sisler, Brian Rose, Chad Martin, Bill Molfeld is 10th, but 1 lap down. Drew Blaze still in that 4th position. Again, minding his P's and Q's, just trying to get as many laps completed as possible as to put Millet further and further down. Blaze is playing this smart right now. He's doing everything he needs to do. Still has Justin Johnson in behind him, just kind of paying close attention, almost like a bodyguard out there. Again, Justin's not on the lead lap. Currently runs 13th, 2 laps down. Staying close with the 1. Super Speedway racing so much about the partnerships that you can make, agreements that you can make with guys. In this case, obviously, Blaze and Johnson working together here. Again, Justin not really having a dog in the fight anymore, being 2 laps down. Not in this, but he's still there to protect. Blaze, of course, he's comfortable knowing that Justin's behind him and not somebody that he doesn't know as well, somebody he doesn't necessarily work draft-wise with on a regular basis, so it definitely helps to have a familiar face out the rear view. Millet to the inside, still not on pace by any means. 150 miles an hour into 3, yet still running the apron. Of all the guys on track that might have a tire issue tonight, could be Zach Millet. Running down on the flat, even off pace, could burn up some tires. Chad Martin goes on by again. Chad still running in the 9th position. Battle for the lead has not really gone away, though it hasn't gotten too exciting or aggressive. These two are just content running it out here till the end. I think everybody should be good to go on fuel, so no pit stops if we stay green to the finish, but if we do get a yellow, I guess that remains the question. Billy Martin and Matt Daniels up top. Slow trucks going another lap down. Leaders get on by without issue. So I guess that really remains the question is as this race gets closer to the finish, when do you make the move? When does Sean Roberts pull out to pass? Does Duranko go with him? Does he pull the fake, stay with Vincent Short, give him a push so he can get a better opportunity at a solid finish or maybe even a win? Only thing we know for sure, and that's Vincent Short, is going to be attacked before this one is over. Someone is going to move, try and get around the 15 to take a checkered flag here. Maybe they'll make it to the line. Maybe it'll end in smoke and flames. Who knows? With 21 laps to go here from Daytona, we're going to find out. With that, we're going to go HBR TV side by side for our final break of the race. We'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Daytona International Speedway, the Lone Star Racing Truck Series finale. Vincent Short continues to lead. Sean Roberts, then Alan Duranco, then Drew Blaze. Drew Blaze in a great position to take home a championship. It might even already be decided. We're not 100% sure because we still need to do the math on it later on with bonus points and so on and so forth. But it seems that with Zach Millett having troubles, this one is going to belong to the one of Drew Blaze. It's not over yet. Anything can change. But as every lap goes by, the likelihood remains that Drew Blaze is going to be your LSR Truck Series champion. Let's give it a shot here. Try and go through at least our top 9 drivers. We haven't done the through the field in a while because, well, it's been tough between crashes and so on and so forth. But let's take a look at our leader, Vincent Short. Currently out front, started in P4, really does excel on these super speedways. Tough competitor, knows that being out front is kind of the place to be, but it's going to come down to possibly a last lap pass. We have to find out, see if he can defend it as we get closer to the closing stages of the ASMR 200. Sean Roberts running in the second spot. Big mover, really. He's up 11 spots, but he's been content to stay behind Vincent Short here. Just kind of ride in that wake until it's time to make the move. We're not there yet. Going to be 15 laps to go the next time by, but as the laps tick on by, it's going to get closer and closer. Alan Duranco runs in the 3rd position. He started 20th here today. Did not take long to get that 4 truck towards the front of the field. Having a good showing. Again, he's in a great position. A little bit of damage to the rear of that truck. And a caution is out. Knew this was going to happen.
Save us a little here. Nice and smooth. Cool your
Possibly
tires
Joe
off, get your
Tucker
fans
involved
up.
in this one. Possibly. I don't know. Looks like it. Maybe some damage. Well, let's try and get a look. Get an idea at least what happened. See Joe Tucker there in the 13 truck. Oh, contact with Bobby Hall Jr. sends PJ Cox up the racetrack. Back into the 94. Back into Joe Tucker. Sisler goes through the grass. Ballard into the wall. And that puts us under caution once again here from Daytona. So we've got 15 laps to go, our 6th caution of the evening. It's going to be decision time. These guys don't need to make a pit stop for fuel, I don't believe. I think 33 laps was about the average on a full tank. Last pit stop, lap 67. So they probably could have made it to the end, especially with the caution being out. But the question is, who wants to take tires? Like, let's ride on board here with Vince. Has he even got the truck running? Doesn't look like it. Hasn't caught the pace car just yet. Well, Vince stays on the racetrack, does not opt to hit pit lane. Certainly going to save plenty of fuel behind the pace car. Going to drop it all the way down, shortest distance around the track. Clutch it, shut her down. Again, it seemed about 33 laps or so is about the average for guys to run under the green flag. Again, Vince pit at lap 67, as did really the top 4, but you see everyone behind them from 5th on back, lead lap-wise, did hit pit lane. Possibly going to take tires. You might as well. There's hardly anybody else behind you. Gives you an opportunity to take those aggressive moves later on, but it looks like Matt Sisler opted fuel only. Tucker took tires. Brian Rose took tires. PJ Cox, of course, damage on that machine. He's going to be there fixing that. Chad Martin, he is still in pit lane as well. But I would not be the least bit surprised if all 4 of these top drivers are able to make it to the finish. Now, a green-white checkered, that could be a different story. I don't know if they're going to have enough saved to do that. And I think we get up to 2, if need be. Yes, indeed. 2 green-white checkered finishes, if necessary. So 14 laps to go. Vincent Short has been out front for the majority of this, really since that wreck that took out Zach Millett from the lead. Again, Millett's explanation of the incident, which we don't know really what happened, was with Bobby Hall Jr. had cleared Millett, dropped down in front, and just kind of, I mean, he said he kind of stopped. I mean, it was like he didn't really stop, but we had seen Matt Daniels run out of fuel the previous lap. Possibly that's what happened with Bobby Hall Jr. Maybe that machine coughed a little bit. Maybe he was just checking up a little bit to try and get Millett to the back bumper by design. It worked a little bit too well because Bobby Hall Jr. got the bumper from Millett, and Hall went around. So pace car lights are off. Going green this time by. It'll be 12 laps to go. Now, Sean Roberts is going to restart to the outside, Duranko to the inside. He'll be behind Vincent Short. Drew Blaze is going to restart behind the 66, it appears.
Not going.
And they're waving off the restart once again, trying to get everybody grouped up the way they need to be. Lead lap trucks are all together. I'd say turn them loose, but we got a whole nother lap here. Possibly having some troubles getting somebody in the right position. PJ Cox back into pit lane again. Millett still in pit lane, 21st position for Millett. And really, I don't think Zach Millett can finish any higher than where he is at, unless Micah White, Jonathan Arn, looks like how many guys? The whole field would have to crash for him to gain any spots. Stranger things have happened. The whole "it's not over till it's over," it's true. Zach Millett likely not looking at a championship party tonight. All right, pace car lights are off again. We'll try to go back to the green flag the next time by. It'll be 11 laps to go to settle it. Now, with that extra lap of caution, it definitely helped the top four drivers. If they were going to be close on fuel, an extra lap under the yellow flag certainly is not going to hurt. Again, Vincent Short dropping that truck all the way down to the apron, the shortest distance around, is to use as little fuel as possible. Again, a green-white checker, if it were to come out, I don't know if everybody's got enough, at least the top four, to make it to the end. Remains to be seen. We're not there yet. Cross our fingers we don't need them, but if we do, possibly some drama to unfold as this one gets to its conclusion. Once again, it's the Nueve Designs ASMR 200 at Daytona, the season finale Lonestar Racing Truck Series. Getting ready to go back to the green flag this time by, hopefully to settle it here with 11 laps to go. Pace car peels off.
Green flag, green flag.
Vincent Short way out in front, too much an advantage. Hopefully that doesn't get him gobbled up. He's got Duranko giving him the push in the bottom, though. Sean Roberts up top. He's got a good drafting partner. That's Drew Blaze. He's also got Joe Tucker in the mix, in behind the one of Drew Blaze. Off turn number 2, down the back straightaway they roll. Sean Roberts, a nose out in front. New leader, but not clear into turn number 3. Short battles back on the bottom. Duranko not quite tucked in tight enough to really do a whole lot of pushing, but he is still getting it done. It's still effective. It pushes the 15 just ahead, but coming back on the outside once again is the 66 of Roberts with help from Drew Blaze at the stripe. Shenandoah Shine Machine's going to lead it. Top 9 trucks all on the lead lap. The only trucks on the lead lap, and they're all in this hornet's nest off turn 2. Billy Martin loose off turn number 2 as well, gathers it back up. Billy got loose, it appeared to be all by himself. Duranko goes to the bottom now as Vincent Short slides up in front of the 66 of Sean Roberts. Don't know if this was the right move or not. See how it pays off if Roberts is able to push Short to the stripe. Currently, it seems to be working. Short leads that lap with 9 to go. Tries to cross down in front of Duranko. No room to do it. Not clear, not clear. Sisler in the mix as well. He's given the 4 a push. A big push down to turn 1 and 2. Now the question is, does Duranko slide up to the high side to take that spot? No, he does not. Not enough room either. Down the backstretch, once again, still a drag race. Vincent Short now takes the top spot. Big push from the 66, but same coming down to the bottom. That's Duranko, Sisler, and now Rose back into the fray. Oh, big wiggle out of Vincent Short in front of the 66. Don't know if there was a push gone wrong. They get away with it, though. Vince stays out in front. Duranko's still on the bottom. This is going to be the story of the day. We've seen this all afternoon, all evening long. Back and forth, seesaw. The top lane leads a lap. The bottom lane leads a lap. Back and forth they go. Both lanes, strength in numbers, pretty well organized. That's what it's really going to come down to, is who has the best organization, straight line, truck speed, get everybody in a line to push to get them out front. Duranko sliding back now. Is Roberts going to try and tuck down in front of the 4? He does. Brazen move. Now the 4 slides up the track, almost contact with Drew Blaze. Don't know, they may have made door-to-door contact off turn number 4. At the stripe, it's 7 laps to go. Short back to the bottom with Sean Roberts. Outside lane is Drew Blaze with Joe Tucker pushing. Now, we talked about most of this race. Justin Johnson was tucked right in. Sean Roberts goes to the bottom, almost gets crossed up. But Justin Johnson unable to get to the back bumper of Drew Blaze. There's a 13 machine, and that's Joe Tucker in between the two of them. Joe can certainly push the 1 as well, but I know that's going to be a little unnerving for the 1 of Drew Blaze, though. At this point in the race, he may have this championship locked up, which might mean why he's going for the lead or trying to win this race so late in the going, putting the pressure and the aggression on, and Vincent Short gets spun!
Caution.
Sean Roberts turns the 15 in the middle of the corner, and we're under the caution once again. Short straightens it back out, but damage on the number 15 track bar Media Silverado. Now, I don't know if Short has a fast repair or not. I don't recall him being in any messes early on. Drew Blaze sustained some damage. He did. Now, I don't know that's going to matter. Not enough laps left in this one for it to make too much of a difference. I know Drew's going to want to get it fixed nevertheless. That thing's going to be a parachute out there. Well, let's see what happened here with Vince Short. Yeah, just Vince slides up about a half a lane, and the push still came from Sean Roberts. You cannot push the left or right rear like that. You're going to send a guy around, and look, it just caught everybody up into it. Still not late enough to be pushing that hard. No, it's crazy to say, given what lap we're on, but still. 7th caution of the night, 6 laps to go, so we're going to likely have a shootout to settle this one. It's going to be, it could be a natural green-white checker. Still the advertised distance. We'll see. Vincent Short, no fast repair. Tough break for the 15. He was seemingly on his way to a victory here this afternoon, but not to be. Now it's Sisler, Rose, and Mulfeld, the top three. Those drivers pit last, well, at least the top two last at lap 86. Mulfeld lap 65. Drew Blaze in the pits as well, trying to get some damage repaired on that machine. Again, no fast repair for the number 1 Lone Star Racing entry, but looks like the team did a good job getting that thing straightened out. Looks pretty good. Not perfect, but way better than it was. So out front currently, Matt Sisler, Brian Rose, Bill Mulfeld, Drew Blaze. Vincent Short still listed as in the 5th position, but he's still on pit lane. Pace car lights go off. So next time by, it'll be 3 laps to go. Not quite a green-white checker. Be a green-green-white checker. Which is better anyway. Takes almost a full lap for these trucks to get up to full song as it is. Rather see them racing hard. Now, it's going to be interesting to watch. I don't think Blaze is going to have that great of a truck if he's in the wind. If he's going to make a pass for the lead, it's going to have to come the very last second coming to the stripe. Brian Rose, on the other hand, truck's in good shape. Looks pretty clean. Runs really well on the super speedways, but so does Matt Sisler to his inside. Vincent Short out of pit lane. Let's see how his truck is looking. Still not the greatest, but straightened out. It's a little better. See what he can do if he can stay in the draft. Might still have a solid finish out of this. Pace car is off.
Green.
Sisler gets out to an advantage early. You see him tuck right back to the 911 of Bill Mulfeld. Brian Rose goes top of the racetrack. He's got help from Drew Blaze. A big push coming. They're formed up nice, but numbers are on the bottom. Sisler, Mulfeld, and Duranco down the back straightaway. Duranco slides up topside. Doesn't like what he sees down there on the bottom. And Drew Blaze giving Brian Rose a big push to the front. Crosses in front of the 93 of Sisler. New leader, Brian Rose, with 2.5 laps to go. Top 5, Rose, Blaze, Sisler, Mulfeld, Duranco as they cross the stripe. 2 laps left. Brian Rose with the lead. Big push coming from Drew Blaze. Now the question is, when or if does the one pull out to pass? He likely has the championship locked up. He'd love to put the icing on the cake with a checkered flag as well. Brian Rose, he's got 1 win on the season. I believe it's only 1, maybe 2. Would love to add to that total. Lap and a half to go into turn number 3. They're all down on the bottom except for one. That's Alan Duranco. Really no drafting help right there. Hoping someone swings up in front of him, and doesn't happen. Duranco slides back in behind Mulfeld. Off turn number 4, Brian Rose leads this pack out of the corner. Down into the tri-oval. Sisler pulls out, making a move. Mofeld goes with him. Now in front of Duranko. It's just Rose and Blaze at the bottom. White flag from Daytona. Five-car battle for the win. At Daytona, Brian Rose has the lead for now. Drew Blaze tucks right back to that tailgate of the Track Bar Media Ford. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Third and fourth drag race. That's Sisler and Duranko. Mofeld pushing Sisler. Will they make a move? Contact 93 gets into Sisler. They spin. It's going to be between Blaze and Rose off turn number 4. Nobody close enough. Will they be able to draft up? I don't think so. Brian Rose out in front. No help for Drew Blaze. Coming to the start-finish line. Checkered flag waves. Brian Rose wins it. Drew Blaze finishes second, wins the championship. Bill Mofeld finishes third, Ellen Duranko fourth, and Matt Sisler fifth. Again, championship unofficial at this point. Need to get confirmation from our race officials, but it is likely the one of Drew Blaze, your championship winner. Likely. We do need to confirm it. But Brian Rose, your race winner. Fireworks go off to celebrate the end of the season, the end of this great race. So your top three were Brian Rose, Drew Blaze, and Bill Mofeld. Brian Rose going for a spin in the grass. Vincent Short coming out to celebrate. With that, we're going to step aside here. We'll be back with our top three finishers after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the virtual Daytona International Speedway Lonestar Racing Truck Series season finale. We're getting word here that it's too close to call as to who the champion is. There's some bonus points and some post-race calculations that need to get tallied. It may be Drew Blaze. It may be Zach Millett. I would think it's kind of leaning heavily to Drew Blaze right now, just given the circumstances, but it is too close to call right now. Hopefully I can get the word before this one is all over. If not, we'll certainly make a post on HBR TV, facebook.com/HBRTV1. So check it out there post-race. But first and foremost, let's get to our race winner, Brian Rose. Talk to him and get his take on tonight's events. Brian, it's Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I sure do, Steve. How we doing?
We're doing good, sir. Not as good as you. Congratulations. Another win here to close out the season. It's not the HBR driver I think that we were all expecting to see walk away with a victory here tonight. But then again, all you guys run super fast here on the super speedways. Walk us through your race. You had some troubles early, but how did you work your way back towards the front and take a checkered flag?
Hey, big shout out to Carson, Vince, Zach. I really hate that. Can't wait to see where the points shake out to see who actually won the championship. But no, we was just trying to stay up front and ride. We really didn't have any expectations or anything. We just wanted to be there at the end. Had some lap down issues that seemed to be a trend all night long. Caught us in a bad spot. Engine let go, had to tow. So put us about 2 or 3 laps down and just being patient, letting everybody else go up there and just get caught up in the mess that you knew was going to happen. So I don't know why you want to be up there in that hornet's nest so early in the race. But yeah, just let the race come back to me is what I felt like I did. Try to get back up there with Zach and my teammates. Right there at the end though, after coming back, we'll take it. It was a tough race all the way around for a championship race, but to come back up there and get an HBR win, another one, man, we put on a pretty good show this season.
Certainly a really exciting event from our standpoint here in the booth. How was it out the nose of that Track Bar Media F-150? Was it as chaotic out there as it looked like from up here?
Yeah, it was probably one of the top, most inconsistent and crazy races that on a super speedway that I've been a part of in a really long time. I don't know, really wasn't anybody in particular or anything like that. It was just the race that it was, and everybody was trying to jockey for position to be in front of the other guy. And that's really what it boiled down to. Just patience really wasn't there from the get-go, but it's what you got to have at a super speedway to make it there at the end. And Track Bar Media Ford's kind of making a habit out of it, so we'll take it. Hey, I'm glad these guys let me come out and hang out with them this season, and hopefully they'll have me back next season.
Well, Brian, congratulations on the victory. Great way to close out a season. Great battle watching with you and Drew Blaze there at the end. He think he might have had this championship locked up. We don't know 100%, but it was still fun to see you guys battling it out to the finish. We're going to let you slide here and get to Drew Blaze. Before we do, anybody else you want to thank?
Oh, just got to thank Track Bar Media, Eric Dotson, State Farm Agency, Holler Boys Racing, Lonestar guys. These guys are awesome. Fahey Race Wraps. Everybody, I know I'm forgetting all the sponsors over at LSR, but hey, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be running tonight. So appreciate everybody that makes this work. And, we'll go into the off season and we'll relish in this victory and come back out strong trying to get some more next season.
Well, 10-4, sir. Congratulations, man. Good luck going forward if you're going to run this LSR Cup Series coming up in 2023. If not, I'm sure we'll see you at some other places.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
It's Brian Rose, your race winner here from Daytona International Speedway. Next, we're going to go to Drew Blaze, our second place finisher in the race, but it is confirmed. Drew Blaze, you are the LSR Truck Series champion. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Been a hard-fought season.
Well, hard-fought season for sure. A hard-fought race, not just for you, but for everybody. It seemed that the two championship contenders both lost those fast repairs early on in the event and then had to go without the safety net. And then both of you guys also got involved in some incidences. Worse for Zach Millett than you. You managed to stay out there and continue it on. What was going through your head that first wreck where you had to burn that fast repair?
Well, I wasn't happy about it, obviously, but I was just like, okay, that happened running up front, running hard, and trying to stay in front. So I'm just gonna hang back a little bit, try to hang on to the lead pack, and not lose the draft. But stay back a ways in case they get in anything. And I avoided a couple of wrecks there, and then that one came at the end. I got into it a little bit, and got smushed up in the wall, and I didn't know how bad the damage was, so I pretty much just went in there and fixed everything I could and just hope for the best.
Well, that obviously worked out for you. You were in contention here to take this win here. I think the guys coming on that last lap unfortunately wrecked behind you. You didn't have any drafting help. Was there any way without that push that you could have made your way around Brian Rose, or was just settle it for second and call it a night?
No, I mean, if I had a run, I was going to try to make something happen, but with having nobody behind me, it was just going to be that run. So I was just settling in there and making sure nothing stupid happened and just kind of wrap up the championship if I could.
Well, Drew, again, congratulations on P2. Congratulations on the championship. Definitely well earned. Showing up every week definitely makes a big difference. Winning some races, just being there, getting all the finishes that you can. Very impressive season run for the driver of the #1 Lonestar Racing Toyota. Next season, I think we're rolling into, February. I got to double check the date, but we're going over to the Cup car for the Lonestar Racing League. Tell us about that. What do you have in store for us? I know you're a big part of setting these things up for next season.
Yeah, we're going to be starting early February. We're going to be moving over to the next gen Cup cars. Yeah, it's we're basically, we're going to analyze this, me, Justin, and all the guys. Analyze the series, see what happens, see what we can improve on, get some feedback from everybody in the series, just see how we can make things better. But overall, I feel like we have run this series the best we could. But that we've had some things happen over the course of the season that people dislike some calls we made, but ultimately we're trying our best and we're trying to put this on for all these guys, and we're trying to just have some fun and give people something to look forward to, and just have overall good competition. But obviously there's always going to be something that happens, but regardless, thank you for putting on the broadcast for this whole series, and we appreciate you and appreciate all the guys that have continued to stick with us.
Well, Drew, we appreciate being here. It's been the highlight of my week for quite a while since we've been doing these races. We started off doing just the one-off stuff, the charity events, and then we took over starting to do these league races, and it's been a blast. It's certainly something I look forward to, and looking forward to the Cup season coming up in 2023. So congratulations once again. We're going to let you go. Is there anybody else that you want to thank, Drew?
I just got to thank Lonestar Racing, all my guys over there. Everybody that's running in the series here and supports us week in and week out. Can't do this without any of you guys. You know who you are. If I could name them all, I would. But just got to also thank In the Draft Podcast, Matthew Minnick. Got to thank Garza Law Firm, Bill Mulfeld, Justin Johnson, Mike Fahey. Thank you for putting on the broadcast and sticking with us as well. We appreciate it.
All right, Drew. Well, thanks for the kind words, man, and good luck next season.
Thank you.
Speaking of Bill Mulfeld, he's next on our chat list. We'll pull the driver of the 911 Garza Law Firm Chevrolet into the broadcast booth. It's Bill Mulfeld. It's Steve in the broadcast booth. You got us?
Steve, I do. How are you doing?
We're doing good, sir. A great run. You stayed with it all night long, and you put that Chevrolet in the top 3. Tell us about your night.
Well, I'm telling you, I got damaged early, just some slight damage. I think maybe me and Britt may have made contact, and I'm telling you, it made the car faster. It really did. It was amazing. And, I mean, this truck was on rails, but I fought Ken and quite a few others. Brian, I was fighting them for Lucky Dog for at least 2/3 of the race. And every time I had a chance to get the Lucky Dog, then I got either hit or I was involved in something, so I couldn't get it. But when I got it, I'm telling you, I hooked up, went to the front. I think Matt got a little sideways, and I was just thrilled with the results tonight. But it was hard racing all night long.
Yeah, it really was. It was a very exciting race right from the drop of the green flag. I think we had contact and a caution lap 3 and then lap 19 or whatever it was. and it was hot and heavy throughout the entire event. Granted, we only had a handful of trucks on the lead lap at the end, but those that were there, all in contention for the win up until the last couple of corners. You bring this thing home into P3. Congratulations. I think your best finish of the year, if I'm not mistaken. And you were also the biggest mover on track tonight, up 20 positions from the initial drop of the green flag to P3 here tonight at the conclusion of this race.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if I got the most moving up, but I'm telling you, the car or the truck was just on rails, and a little bit of luck. Now sometimes I'll take some luck over skill, but all in all, the Garza Law Firm WJM Motorsports Chevy was just flat running.
Well, Bill, you look good out there. Again, congratulations on the solid top 3 finish. Are you going to run the Cup Series next season?
I am.
Looking forward to that. What are your thoughts as we go over to the next gen Cup car for the next season of Lonestar Racing?
Well, it's going to be an absolute learning curve for me. You know, Chris Myers, he's our A-class driver for the team, and I just don't do much of the A-class, and so it's going to be a learning curve. But I am flat out looking forward to it.
Well, so are we here at HBR TV. It was a pleasure talking to you, Bill. Again, congratulations on P3. We're going to let you go, but before we do, anyone you want to shout out to?
Well, of course, my sponsors, Babs, and the Garza Law Firm, WJM Motorsports team. And for you've done a fantastic job this whole season, and JJ and Drew and Kev, all of them. So I'm happy and like to give my congrats to all of them.
Well, Bill, thanks for the kind words as always. Again, congratulations and good luck moving forward into the next season.
You got it. I'll see you then.
It's Bill Molfeld, your third place finisher here at Daytona. That is going to wrap it up. Drew Blaze, again, your LSR Truck Series champion. Let's take a look at the rest of our race results here from the Super Speedway. Of course, it was Brian Rose winning the race, Drew Blaze second, Bill Molfeld third, Alan Duranco fourth. Vincent Short finished in the 5th spot after leading so much of this race. Matt Sisler was 6th, Chris Elliott 7th, Chad Martin 8th, Bobby Hall Jr. 9th, Britt Osborne was 10th, Billy Martin was 11th, Joe Tucker brought home the number 13 machine home to a 12th place finish. Kevin Grettenberger was 13th. Sean Roberts finished 14th after being up front most of the night. Justin Johnson, 15th position. Matt Minnick was 16th. PJ Cox, 17th. Micah White, 18th. Jonathan Arn, 19th. David Ballard was 20th. Chris Goins, 21st. Zach Millett, unfortunately, 22nd, 30 laps down, unable to secure that championship. He came in with a 10-point lead. It was a 23-point swing overall and loses by 13 points. I think it was 712 to 699, the final point tally here on the season. Jesse Redding was 23rd. Matt Daniels, 24th. 25th went to Mike Fahey. Thomas Hall, 26th. Ken Couch was 27th. Carson Conway, 28th. And Jarrett Woodard, 29th, 81 laps down, caught in that second caution early on this evening. We're going to try and pull, we're going to try and get a word here with Zach Millett, our runner-up in the championship here tonight. He's not expecting us, but we're going to pull him anyway. Zach, it's Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. You got us?
Hey, Steve. How's it going, man?
I know it's a surprise. We weren't planning to pull you up here, but you were second in the championship points tonight. Congratulations on a great season nonetheless. You came in with a 10-point lead, and just things were crazy tonight. That's just kind of how it seemed from start to finish across the front of the pack, the back of the pack, middle. It didn't seem to matter. How did it look from your perspective and really the temperature to how these guys were racing tonight?
Oh, the first 20, 30 laps were pretty chaotic. It was a little unexpected to be going back and forth that quick into the run, but it did actually calm down a little bit, and I don't know, it was a pretty good run for everybody. I feel like the HBR guys, we were all up front, we were kind of right where we needed to be, and I don't know, things just didn't work out for us. It was some weird wrecks there, that's for sure.
Definitely a tough issue. We'll talk about that. I think it was with you and Mike Fahey was your first issue, I believe. I think Carson Conway was the slow truck up top, and you had Billy Martin down low. Everybody trying to scramble, and I think Fahey just dove it to the bottom, but you were there. Is that kind of how it looked from your perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was room there. I was kind of as low as I could be, and there was at least, I'd say, 2 lanes there to play with. But when he came down across me, I actually caught the damn thing. I almost broke my wrist in the process, but I caught the damn thing, and I was actually kind of pumped about it for about a millisecond, and then, everybody checking up, it kind of just got worse. But yeah, we almost escaped that.
Well, either way, a solid season. I know you missed the first couple of races, but we can expect to see you in the Cup Series next season.
I don't know. We were talking about this the other day about what we want to try to run. We're going to look into the Road to Pro thing. We're going to try to do the No Bull series, of course. That's going to be an insane series. That's going to be the best of the best from all the leagues all over the place, it seems like. Full field, too. Geez, what do we got? Like 42 registered people already?
Yeah, I think we got more than we've even got room for, but that'll straighten itself out. That's how most of these leagues work. They start out with 40 plus guys, and they whittle down to 20 to 25 that are showing up every week. But either way, it's a good thing.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's going to be a pretty insane league. I'm really looking forward to that, running with a lot of those guys, So definitely looking forward to that. I think, David Bradford and I are going to try to do the Road to Pro thing, see what we can do, dip our noses into that and see what it's like. And I don't know, depending on days off and everything like that, maybe we'll run some here and there just to see.
Certainly looking forward to it. Just wanted to make sure we chatted with our runner-up in the championship. Zach, congratulations again on a season well done. We're going to let you slide here. Is anybody you want to thank before we do?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you, Steve, and HBR TV for always doing the broadcasts, and it's always fun to go back and watch them afterwards. Track Bar Media, I'd like to congratulate Brian on the big win here. I was keeping our HBR streak alive. I'm not even sure what we're at now. Is it 7, 8, 9, whatever it is. We definitely made a dent on the Discord channel, scrolling down the win pages, and HBR is pretty awesome to see. Big thanks to Carson. As soon as he crashed out there, he didn't just leave. He stayed right in the channel, helped us out. It was great. So, and I guess shoot me a follow on Twitch and YouTube at That Is Four Guy. We just streamed the finale tonight, and it's been a lot of fun streaming over the season. So it's been a good time.
All right, Zach Millett, your runner-up here at Daytona as far as the championship is concerned. Congratulations again, man. Good luck going on to the next seasons and other leagues, wherever you end up.
Thanks, brother.
With that, we're going to jump out of here in just a moment, but I do need to ask if there's any of you that watched the broadcast here tonight that haven't already liked and followed the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@HBRTV and the number 1. Please do it. We're trying to get to that 400 followers mark. Not that it means much of anything, but at least before the new year. This is our final broadcast of 2022. It was an exciting one for sure. Came down to basically a change in championship standings. Obviously, we have a different champion than we saw coming into tonight with Millett with the lead, and then Drew Blaze comes through and he takes over that top spot with a big 23-point swing between Blaze and Millett to close this thing out. That is a big undertaking. That's about almost half the points available throughout the course of one of these races. So definitely a big deal. But again, please, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, like the channel, turn on the notifications, all those fancy buzzwords. All those things actually really do help us push this broadcast and this broadcast platform to wider audiences that may be interested in what we do here at HBR TV. And it certainly helps maybe put some new eyeballs on your league, your Lone Star Racing League that's coming up here in 2023 in the Cup Series. So please do it. It absolutely helps. I'd love to get us over 400 before the new year. With that, I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV. Thank you guys all for tuning in tonight, watching this race all season long, not just tonight. And we look forward to working with everybody and seeing you in the stream and the stream chats in 2023. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night.